They don't want it to be, you know.
Just can't believe it, yeah. And then you guys had a whole burial shit and everything,
Yeah,
and funeral.
Especially when you got cremated, you know, that's the only time like it's sinking
yeah,
in.
Yeah.
And
yeah, really fucking sinking in. How did their parents deal with it?
oh, even right now, so the mother still crying. My mother-in-law.
I would be too, you know.
It's like
If I lost a child, dude, no matter that I got 6 more, you know, you never
the
get
reason
over.
why we feel for thumbs up for Richie, sir.
Yeah, especially him. I mean, his kid OD. You know, this guy died in an accident. I mean, a straight accident.
Yeah,
Richie had some whatever problems he had, and he hit the fucking, you know, he took some pills. Like, goodbye, Mark.
How old was Richie, sir?
Richie was, I don't even know if he was 21. Probably close.
Young.
I have to look at it. I've seen his gravestone many times. I just never paid attention, but I don't think he was 21. And I think he got hooked on like Oxy or some kind of, you know, the pills or the painkillers. And he OD'd. And you can see, man, it's fucking his dad. I mean, you know, that's how he's dealing with it, carrying on his memory and thumbs up for Richie. And but I never had a conversation with his father. Really got in depth like what happened, you know. When I see him sometimes, I mean, he would like to talk about it because it's therapeutic in that case, you know. But it'd be like I couldn't imagine Brendan ODing. I mean, I would do okay. Or Parker, you know what I mean? Or anybody for that matter of fact, you know, that you're really close with all the time. A friend, a family member.
No parent should bury their child. It's you know, beyond being closer.
No matter what age, you know, my mother, before she kind of forgot, you know, before her mind really fucked up, she would, you know, missing my sister. My sister died of that heart attack. You know, my mom would be all fucked up for a while. But she didn't remember shit anyway. You know what I mean? So that part was good. If I could remember. But I was telling my mom I have no regrets, man. She was 80 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish she would have.
Lived a life. Great life.
I probably would have been happier if she fucking just had a heart attack and died instead of having to go through the last. Really, it was only the last year or the last 3 months that it really started to, you know, when it really starts to affect your mind and shit.
Yeah. When me and Sir Brendan went to Oklahoma, Simi Valley, so I think one of your sister, she's alone there. Like, we took some things of Sir Brendan when we went there, Simi Valley.
But she was still pretty sharp. I think she was a little better. I can't remember when you're talking. Was it before?
Yeah, before the funeral.
The Casamaro thing?
Yeah.
Before the Casamaro. Before the funeral of who's the fucking? You guys went to the funeral of who? My mom, right?
And your sister.
My sister. I'm trying to remember.
I know your sister says
no, sister's
birthday.
We went to the memorial or something.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Oh, fuck. I'm only 55. My mind's fucked up. We went to my mom's funeral. It was held like back to back. My mind's fucked up, dude. I'm 55. I can't remember saying like. We went to we did like a memorial for the sister. You know, we did my mom's. And Roxanne's brother was like what, 24 or something?
24, sir.
It just shows how fragile shit is. You're riding along, enjoying, fucking around, and then dead. Then fucking dead. You know, you you speak to the brother, or Roxanne spoke to him, maybe that morning, maybe that night, and you take things for granted. Never can imagine that today is that day that.
And Roxanne and his brother was actually having a conversation the night before that the accident happened.
Boy, hey, that is the problem. Like this lady over here, she don't want to get the clothes wearing the mask while she's eating. Never take your shit off. I'm really happy that I haven't had to deal with too much. I think, people that really have to deal with. Like I said, my sister, it sucked, but it wasn't like it was out of the blue. You know what I mean? She had heart problems for 5 years. This is a guy that was fucking enjoying the shit out of life, man. Had so much going for him, school, and just, But you wonder, like, oh good God, why this freaky accident, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 3 seconds later, he doesn't hit the thing, he goes by.
Yeah.
Or, but you know what I mean? It's like, that's why there has to be a reason why we die, or how we die, or why we get killed, or what the situation is. Because everything with the brother had to line up at an exact time, right? It all had to come together.
I'm just imagining if myself, I'm in that situation, like, hey, I didn't want to go yet, hey.
Yeah. No, you realize as you go off the bike, like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And there ain't no coming back at that moment.
It's hard to think about it. The last minute that he's still, conscious.
Yeah. That's when I hope when I go, I hope it's something very quick, not painful. Like, I always think I'm on a plane, I start getting turbulence, I'm like, I don't want to suffer through fucking, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of fucking plane crashing or something. Imagine the terror, terror in a plane crash, or the terror that people had in 9/11, knowing that the fucking plane is like, woo, all over the place and everything. With the brother, it happened suddenly, but there's that old fuck moment that you can't come back from. You know what I mean? As you're going off the motorcycle,
There's
that.
no reset. It's not a video game.
So many parents get that call where the police come knocking on the door, and your son or daughter was in an accident. I mean, literally, the one brother saw and he called you guys right away. And who was the first one on the scene?
The brother.
That brother. Yeah. Okay, so he saw it. He bolted right out and told you guys to
So
go.
when we arrived and we saw him, that, like, he's really upset, and we already knew that something will be.
Yeah, then you knew at that moment it really fucking. You
Roxanne started shaking, like, I hear his brother not talking to him. Hey, what happened? What happened? Oh.
So she was there. You and her. It's like a movie. It's surreal to me. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't imagine. My sister had a heart attack and died in the hospital, right? So, out of sight, out of mind, they're gone. But man, to come up on the fucking scene and he's actually laying there under the sheet and that shit still.
Yeah.
It's a horrible fucking, you don't get that out of your mind, my friend, for a long time.
And every time we pass by that road, it reminds me. So most of the time, we reroute.
Go do. I don't blame you, man. I don't want to ever find out what it takes to get over something like that. If you don't get over, I don't even want to know. I don't want to fucking public times. I broke down when I thought Brendan disappeared one night. I don't know if you were there. I was like a basket case. Like, oh my God, it's like, I was freaked out. I was looking beside myself. Talk myself into all kind of crazy shit happening, Perfect. Debating what to have, if I want to one more taco. Fucking spicy and plant-based. We're gonna fucking. That's why I didn't take it. I feel like I'm eating a vegetarian or some shitty type of taco. They actually didn't taste as good as they were. Oh, you have beef or plant-based flavor, classic or spicy. Try one more taco. I think that lady could get it.
I am.
No fucking plant-based.
Sure, we'll order another.
Alright, can you have one more taco? Beef?
Taco sir, plant-based sir, or
Not the plant-based. Your regular.
regular?
Yeah, no plant-based.
Ah.
Thank you.
One piece.
One classic, yes. I think that's what I had. I think I had the plant-based now. It tastes like fucking, like I'm eating that cardboard. Your regular one. Yeah, maybe I'll see if I want that either because we could go somewhere at 7 if we wanted with JC and fucking Joe's well, I'll give her to Joe one of them at 6. And then maybe we go and bullshit about, some shows or something. Those guys, man, I knew. And then fucking those guys take off a little party, man. I said, I'm gonna see you for a few days. They like to drink, man. They fucking go at it. If I get to whatever, it takes them 2 days to recover, man. And I'm already having enough issues without. It's like when Tony comes, the guy Tony, but they really don't drink. But man, every night they want to go out, they want to chase the chicks. I don't have that drive or personality. I can easily sit in my room and watch Netflix, do a little whatever I gotta do. I don't need to. These guys, they gotta find chicks, they gotta go out, let's go to a bar, let's go to. I'm like, fuck, let's not. That guy, he's always
do a lot of things. So
he's always running at 100 miles per hour, looking for action, brother Tony. Oh, he's fucking kicking it up hard. Yeah, when I get the internet back, I'll get these cats up. I'm gonna be the hotel like at 3. Have a COVID test. Get my swab. I like JC and them, I just make up one at the fucking Kinko's. I'd have you go.
Yeah.
I just send you one and change the name. But like, I do that if there's no other recourse. But if it's legal and it's simple to do, I don't want to, go do something stupid and forge one when it can be easily done. Now if there was a situation where you needed it desperately, I'll take the risk. But just to fucking forge it, no. I mean, it's not that big a deal to take one. Like in LA, it was good because it's right in the airport. I mean, literally, right in the fucking terminal, takes you, comes back within 30 minutes. Man, they asked for, coming here, they asked for 4 or 5 different times, to see the papers, the gear. But there's no way, unless you call them, what I do is I've done enough forged documents with JC and them said, the first thing I do is I call the number to see what happens. The number's disconnected. I'm like, that's a bad sign, dudes. If you have one of those where you call and it's a recording, at least fucking they'll hang up, they know it's legit. But fuck, the number's disconnected. I mean, come on, man. There's a simple thing like that, which is bullshit, could turn into a really ugly situation if you get caught forging them and then get poor Casimiro in there. I haven't asked Harrison outright. I've asked him a couple times and he's kind of skirted the issue. Well, let me call the travel guy.